Yo people, Boardroom back at it again with a review of Rambo Last Blood. And right off the bat, I gotta say, this movie was disappointing. And I don't think it's worth, seeing out in the theaters. I think it's probably worth a rental. But honestly, I don't even think it's really worth your whole time of watching it because for me, this movie kind of failed at an action movie and as a Rambo movie because I don't know. I love the first Rambo as just a dramatic movie, not too much action to be honest. And I love the second one because that is like there's a hardcore action movie, and I love the last one that came out, Rambo 4, because that was just a great action movie. I saw that as a little kid and that fucking blew my mind. So I was hoping to get my mind blown again, but I guess I set my expectations too high because the reason why I say this fails as an action movie because there isn't a lot of action in this. I was like, what the fuck? This is just a lot of crappy dialogue to be honest, especially in the beginning. Spoilers, by the way, if you care. I don't. It's not much to spoil in this fucking movie, but in the beginning, fucking Rambo out of nowhere has his family, like this older Hispanic lady that you really don't know the relationship between him and Rambo or her Rambo. And then you have Rambo with his Mexican niece, and she wants to go off to Mexico to see her dad. And Rambo advises against that. But honestly, Rambo should have done better with that shit because this girl is a fucking idiot. And she goes off to Mexico even though Rambo said no. God damn it, listen to Rambo. And she ends up getting fucking kidnapped by the drug cartel and like fucking drugged and raped for like 4 days. And she ends up dying, and that pisses off Rambo. Fucking Jesus, the shit that Rambo has to deal with because of just stupid people in this fucking movie. He's like, can this man have peace? Come on now. So yeah, it was kind of weird, like now how he gets back in action. I mean, I kind of get it, it's family, but you really don't care because this fucking girl is an idiot. And maybe if they build up him having his family throughout the series, it made more of an impact. But as is like, whatever. She fucking died. But Rambo gets up berserker because of that shit, and that's cool. The ending is cool, but even then, it's not really what I wanted. I hate to say that. I sound like selfish in that sense, but I want to see Rambo with guns and shit, with the M60, with the fucking red headband, shirtless. I know Sylvester Stallone's like 70, or even 80, but he still rock a shirtless. He got the body, and just fucking mowing down Mexicans. But no, he just sets up a bunch of traps, and it's cool seeing how these Mexican cartel guys fall into these traps. And it's brutal, but it's just like, I mean, it's cool. I say it's worth YouTubing that moment whenever this movie comes out, and that clip's on YouTube. That's worth YouTubing, but and it's kind of like in the first movie. Really, in the first movie, that's the only action scene as well is with Rambo setting up the traps and hiding and shit. And this one is just like that. It's basically that moment, but just fucking on steroids. But the rest of that first Rambo movie had weight and drama and good characters and good dialogue and shit. But this one, not so good dialogue. A lot of crappy, cheesy dialogue, Especially coming from the daughter and this one, like, lowrider Chica character. She rocks the red headband in the fucking this Rambo movie, but just overall, I wish Rambo fucking brutally killed her, but she ends up living. And Rambo kind of says some stupid things, makes little corny jokes, like he's listening to some hip hop music, and when the older senora lady is like, oh, can you believe this music they're listening? And he's like, I kind of like it. It's like, this is stupid. And like Rambo has this tunnels and he's a cool uncle and lets the kids party in the tunnels. It's just, what is this? Honestly, because I saw this with my dad, and me and my dad were talking like, I don't know, this is very unrealistic for Rambo. You know, I mean, it's whatever, it's a fucking movie, but I think Rambo will be like alone, living alone. Exactly, like, you know, where these people come from? Rambo will be living alone. He's like a PTSD ridden soldier. This guy killed many people. It's weird that it's kind of funny in that way, though. That the beginning's all wholesome and stuff. Like, this guy murdered people and, like, fucked up a whole American town, but whatever. Bygones be bygones. And yeah, I don't know. Very disappointing. I mean, at least it's short, so, you know, it doesn't feel like too much of a drag, but as the last Rambo movie, I really expected a lot more out of it. So, if you seen it, what did you think? Did you like it? Am I being too hard on it? I don't know. Maybe I just feel like Sylvester Stallone was just bored and maybe just had a little idea of what this. Because I've always been hearing about this. They're going to make a Rainbow 5 for years. And I always had high hopes for it because, you know, I love the fucking last one. The last one was bloody and just good action. But no, not this one, you know? Rambo's just not what it is anymore. I hate to say it. There's better action franchises now. You know, I feel like the John Wick took the mantle of John Rambo. So, alright. If you like this, you know, share, subscribe, comment. Have a good day.